Hey guys, Youngblood with you for your first look at the Aquila in 3.0, which is now flight ready. You can go ahead and look at it and see that there's some pretty obvious differences, including the orange striping down the side. The paint color seems to be a little bit different, almost like a dark sea foam, if you will. And the most noticeable change is obviously going to be your cockpit. So there it is. It's rounded. It's no longer, I guess, angular. Now, you can get in the ship a couple different ways, so we'll go ahead and just pop in through the elevator. And we'll get into the crew area. Come on down. We'll go up into the ship. And here we are. So you pop into the crew area. The bridge is up there. We'll get in there in a moment. Got yourself a couch. You can pop the table out if you want to. You do have your storage here. On this side, you've got the bathroom area. So you'll see that you've got your toilet standard shower combo that you see on a lot of the ships. Lockers that are all interactable. Very small weapons rack, but at least one is present. And then you get bunks top and bottom. Coming to the back of the ship, you'll notice there is cargo area. All the bronze that you're seeing is the mag plate area, so cargo is able to adhere to the floor. Going along the sides, there is the missile launcher like you see on the Andromeda. We'll go ahead and open this door. This is the airlock off of the side. You get the inner panel and the outer panel. And you can jump down onto the wings if you want to, but we're not going to bother with that at the moment, so we'll go ahead and close that door. Both sets close, which is good for an airlock. Along the way, you've got various panels. These are going to be important later, especially as Item 2.0 comes online and further iterations. You've got avionics on both of those. You've got something behind this door. We don't really know what it is. Some high voltage things, shield generator, etc., etc. Now, in the back, I'm not going to actually get into this because it doesn't necessarily work, but you can see that there is a Merlin that is attached down here. You can actually interact with it if you want. I'm not going to do so because it does cause some issues, but you can get in there and kind of get the experience of what it's like to actually jump into that ship should you want to in the verse. Docking is something we're still waiting on seeing. So let's go ahead and jump up here to the bridge. Bridge down below, you've got the lower turret, that is the weapon turret. So let's go ahead and enter the upper turret because this is where things become a little bit more interesting. You get in, you go up, good stuff. And you're in what looks like a normal turret, right? Well, things get a little bit different because all of a sudden you're talking about a sensor turret. And you'll notice that almost like on the Herald, you get the panels that open up and display so you can actually start doing some scanning. So there is nothing you can do here from a combative standpoint. The sides open up and you're ready to scan, which makes this a perfect exploration craft, which makes that very cool. Inside, you do have standard options like power on or exit. We'll go ahead and take advantage of exit to go down, and we'll take this ship out for a quick flight so you can see what it looks like from the cockpit. Again, inside you have more objects that you can interact with later on, like the avionics piece here. Alright, we're in the ship, so we're going to go ahead and power her up. I hit F5 for the quick power up. Alright, and the ship has come online, so we're going to go ahead and lift off, retract the landing gear, and get moving. So as far as speed is concerned, it's very similar in flight to the Andromeda. Same thing with like maneuverability and things. So basically, it's it's no breakdancer. There's a lot of drift to it, but as far as a ship of this size goes, I think it handles pretty well. Now, visibility, I think, is pretty good. It's better than the Andromeda. It's nothing like the Prospector, to where you have a totally open canopy. So let's go ahead and head over to Daymar real quick. Alright, and we have arrived. So let's go ahead and get down to a planet so you can see how this thing actually does. Or I keep saying planet, I mean moon. So let's go ahead and get down to the moon, and I'll show you what this thing looks like. So top speed in Afterburner standard is about 280. Top speed without Afterburner, so basically SCM, is about 190 as far as meters per second. Okay, so on the way in, our top speed ended up being about 905 meters per second. Once you're in atmosphere, it's basically very similar to what you experience in space. The only difference is you get a little bit more driftiness to it. You know, it doesn't necessarily respond as quickly. You know, that roll took a long time to do. And I'm probably going to crash here. Ooh, okay, saved it. You know, this is a ship. You know, it's a spaceship. It doesn't have wings. We're not talking about a ship like something like a, you know, a Gladius. It's not meant to necessarily be super agile in atmosphere. So it's almost a learning opportunity. So you need to be aware you can't necessarily do barrel rolls. There's not really any real reason to do so on a planet, but it is worth noting. So just take that into consideration. Ships fly different in atmosphere than they do in space, and it's for a very good reason. But overall, the ship itself, it handles itself acceptably on planets, which is probably about right, because in a ship like this, ideally what you should be doing is dropping down and getting a rover in place and then exploring that way, because you've used your sensors to get close. So that's basically going to be it for this. If you guys have questions, let me know. Otherwise, stay tuned for a lot more coming soon, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.